past. So the previous 2 weeks we already been working on linear layout itself, right? So today what we're going to look at is constraint layout, right? We're going to use the collapse for 2.0. Okay, 2.3 constraint layout using layout here. So this practical itself, we're going to create as that looks like this, whereby you can actually click on the text view and it will change color independently. Alright? So let's see how we're going to do that. So let's start our video now. So let me know once you all are done with your Credo, then I'll start. set up the meeting name, right? Let's take a look at our design panel here. Okay. So by default, your layout will be in constraint layout. So we're not going to change anything this week, right? But we need to look at the text view here. Let's zoom in. Right. When you select the text view, you will see all this zigzag line. Okay. This actually implies that this text view is actually constrained to the left, top, right, and the bottom. Okay. So this is the requirement for a constraint layout. Whatever view that you put into your design, okay, it must be constrained. So if you do not constrain, let's say for instance, now I cancel off my constraint. Right, you will get an error. So the minimum requirement for this view here is it must have at least one for the vertical. This is either left or right. Okay, and one for top and bottom, either one. Okay, so now this error is coming from because I don't have the vertical one. Right? Okay, so now I'll just drag this up. Let me just set that to how it looks like this now. So this is how it looks like. Now, if let's say you have both the vertical part, if you have both the top and bottom constraint, right? What you can play around with this one is what we call biases. If you look at the side here, okay, there's a biases here. So you can actually drag and then you position your view to the biases that you set. Right? But if let's say you only have one, right? You only have something like this. You don't have the bottom. Then your biases will be gone. The same goes to the left or right. You must have two, then only you can play around with the biases. Okay? So this is how we set the constraint up. So now, as you can see just now, I already cancel off, delete one constraint from the bottom. So we want to remain this one. Right? How to delete the constraint? Just go to the black dot here. You will see the X once you hover over. Right? So cancel out the bottom constraint like mine. Okay, once you have done so, then you want to look at this one here. Right? Default margin. So for default margin, you will want to actually add in a margin. Okay. So here, let's go to this alias. So when I click for the alias, right, because I haven't actually created my dimension value yet. Right? So in here, we need to create a dimension value plus dimension value. This is what we did last week. So we call this margin y. And then we will want to click OK. So everyone on the same page now? Anyone still lagging behind? Alright, so now what we have to do, we have to add margins for default. Default here means that whatever view later that we add in, it will have margin already. Right? If not, you see right now, you don't do anything else, this is just an example that I want to show. If I put this in right now, right, this thing here won't have margin. This view here won't have margin. You see, it will stick to the side. Okay, remember this one now. Later when I add the default margin already, so when I add new view, you will see automatically it will set margin already. Okay, so okay, we go back to our hello over here. So how to set the default margin? You have to look at the top here. Okay, this one. Right? So click on it. You have to slowly hover over this one, alias. So when you click in it, we don't have our dimension yet because we haven't set. So now we have to create a new dimension value, which is another plus here. Okay, margin y 16 dp. Right? So now click OK. You have this margin y. Okay. have our default margin here. As you can see, there's a line 60 dp now. But for hello world here, because it's already there before we set the default, so we need to set our margin manually. So come over here, you can see all this 00 here. This is actually the margin. Okay, we're gonna set the margin here because we already have the dimension value. You can put alias em slash. Okay, you can type it like that, or if you cannot remember, you just click on the drop down, look for the alias, and look for margin 1. Okay. Can you see now once you added the margin, right? Your line now indicates the value 60. Okay, it's showing you your margin already. Okay, so this is what we want to add it. Now, for this text field here, the next thing you want to do, right? You want to add a font. So let's search for font. Select your text field first, search for font. Right, go for the side here. We're going to add fonts. Okay. This one we also did it last week. Add fonts. Roboto. Okay, regular. Then what else do I need to select? What else do I need to check? Yes, very good. Add fonts to project. Okay. Now we will have our Roboto here. Okay. Then we want to manually set all the attributes later on, right? Or we can actually set it now. Let's take a look at the things that we have. Okay, we want all these things here. So we're going to see at the background. Okay, look for background. Okay, so here we use hollow green light. Okay, so then we have text alignment. So search for background first. For the text view one, search for background, hollow green light. Okay, then for the text alignment, look for text alignment now, and then we say we want center. Alright, so then what else? The next one is the text size. So text size here, you see we are going to use the dimensions. So here we say text size. Right, by default is 14. Now we want to add new dimension value. So we need to go to the pick resources. Alright, click on it. Add dimension value. Resources name here is box text size. So box text size. So this one will be 24 SD. 24 SD. Okay, set to 24 SD. Okay, follow through on. Okay, close at the back. This one okay this side. Okay, ready? Enough? Alright, click OK. Alright, we have to make the text now. Then next up, we have text style. Text style. Then we choose bold. Now, bold. Line. Okay. Then we're going to choose text color. Okay, so over here, this text color is going to be white. Color white. Android color white. now we have this one for our text view. So we want to extract the style from our text view here. What should I do? What should I do if I want to extract my style? Someone say something? Alright. Text view, vector. Okay, good. Next slide. So now we don't want the width, we don't want the height. We don't want this one, we want this one, we want this one. We only want background, font family, text alignment, color, text size, and text style. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so on it's like this 6 up. Everyone okay? Right. Then we click OK. Oh, sorry. This one will give you the name white box. Okay, give you the name white box and click OK. Right. So later we can reuse back up. Now I'm going to change the text now. So this hello world here, I'm going to change the text, pick the resources, plus string value. So this one will be oh yeah, box 1, box 1. Box 1, box 1. Go to text up, go to text, pick the resources. Right, and right, click OK. And then box 1 here. Right, there's one more thing we need to set up. Is the ID. So this ID would be box 1 text. This one here. Change to box 1 text. Enter. Right, and then one more thing. Okay, if you take a look at it in the middle here, right, you see all this symbol, right? Actually have a representation. So this type of symbol means that wrap content. So the side here, going like this, right? This is the width, and then you say that now I want to wrap content, right? If you see the top, the symbol here means that for the height. So we want to change the width here to match constraint. Okay, so this one is fixed. Means that we're going to declare size for this one, this symbol here. But now, choose this one. This one is match constraint. So, you see that in constraint layout, we always use match constraint instead of match parent. Okay, why? Because now, if let's say we are using linear layout, okay, we only need to match itself to the parent, alright, which is the linear layout. Right, that's why we say match parent. But in here, because your view itself, right, is actually constrained to different other views. It's not just constrained itself to the layout only. Right, as you can see later, I'm going to add views. Okay, those other views are going to constrain themselves to box 1 or box 2. They are not constraining themselves to the constraint layout. So you cannot say right match parent anymore. You have to say match constraint itself. Alright? Okay. So here we have box 1 ready. Alright? So it should look something like this now. Alright, just for you to double check. I'm going to open up my style here. Check your style and see whether your style is the same as mine. Okay, how to look for your style? Go to resources, values, under style here.